So remote code execution via Polyglot web shell upload. A polyglot can be a file or a payload that can be interpreted in multiple ways, like a different file types or scripts. So that file or payload can be used to bypass security measure or to exploit vulnerabilities. So in this case, it is web shell upload. This lab contains an image upload function, although it checks the contents of the file to verify that it's a genuine image, which means it is going to check through the content of the file. So it is going to check the headers, it is going to check the footers or something. So to show this, you can go to Google and say file headers list, and here are the list of signatures. So these are the starting of a particular file. So these are the headers. For example, if I just try to cat this solo.png file, it would look something like this. So I'm going to just print the first 10 lines of that image. So by using head, I can just paste it and hit enter. So if you see this png IHDR, something like this. So the server side software will read this and it will decide that it is a genuine image. So you can also see that here. So if I type png right here, so here you can see png. So based on this, it is going to detect that it is a image. So let's go back to the lab description. So once it is verified, it is still possible to upload and execute server-side code. To solve this lab, upload a basic PHP web shell, then use it to exfiltrate the contents of the secret file. Submit the secret using the button provided in the lab banner. You can log into your own account using the following credentials. So let's access the lab, copy this and go to web browser, paste it and hit enter. Let's log into my account, Wiener and Peter. So here, let me just upload an image. Upload. Looks like it is uploading the image. So let's go back to my account and see where it is uploaded. Okay, so let's right click and open image in new tab. And here you can see its path. So I'm going to save this path. And as you can see, this is the folder or directory which the file is being uploaded. So let's upload virus.php and see what happens. Upload. File is not a valid image. So it checked the headers like this and it detected that it is not a PNG file. So what do we do in this case? So we have to upload an image, but inside that image we can keep some PHP code. So let's see how it looks like. So we're going to use the same image solo.png and say exiftool solo.png. So what is this tool going to do? It is going to view the exif metadata. Metadata is data about the data. So data about this solo.png. So this is not the actual data. It is data about this PNG file. So it is saying its file name, its image type or something like this. And it has so many other headers. And let's also do this with virus.php and see what it shows. As you can see, the main type is application HTTPD PHP. So the thing is, by using the same tool, we can add new headers. And inside that headers, we can try to keep some PHP code. Since the server-side software or application is checking contents of the file, it might check the PHP code and execute the PHP code. So to add a new header in solo.png file, I'm going to say exiftool and I'm going to keep something like a comment. Here I'm going to keep my PHP code. So my PHP code I can directly get from here by saying cat virus.php. I can copy this, paste it over here. So after this, I have to give a source and an output. Source is the solo.png file. So it is going to take this image and output it to something like hmca.php. So here you can see I'm changing the extension as well, but I'm going to use the same source, all the contents of this solo.png file into this new file, and also I'm going to keep a new header like this. Since the software is only checking the headers, I don't mind changing the extension. So extension doesn't matter. So once you hit enter, one image file is created with this name. So if I say exiftool, this file, so it is going to display this. So as you can see, this file is actually an image and it has all the headers of solo.png file and an extra comment over here. So let's try to upload this file and see what happens. So choose file hmca.php, upload. As you can see, the file has been uploaded, right? So let's go back to my account. As you can see, it shows a broken image. You can right click this and open image in new tab. As you can see, the whole image has been loaded over here. right? It's a huge data file. And here you can see our comment is here. But we don't know where it is starting and where it is ending. To show where it is starting and where it is ending, I'll just slightly modify the PHP file by keeping a starting and an ending. So it would look something like this. So let me copy this virus.php file. And here I'm using echo command, which is a print function. So I'm going to print a starting and an ending. So by using single quotes, I will say start and give some spaces and append this string to the output of this function. So to append in PHP, you have to use dot. So this dot will append this string and this string. And I also want to keep an ending. So to keep an end, I'll have to say dot and single quotes and space end. And I'm also going to end this with a semicolon. So this string, which is the secret file, will be in between the start and end of this PHP code. So let's copy this and I'm going to remove hmca.php file and I'll go back and change the code. Here you need to remember that I'm using single quotes here and here I'm using double quotes. So if you're using single quotes here, you have to use double quotes here. Or if you're using double quotes here, you have to use single quotes here. So if you give a double quote, it will just end that string right here. So do not use same type of quotes. So if you're using double quotes, use single quotes for the entire code. So let's hit enter and the file has been created. Let's go and upload that image. Choose file hmca.php and upload. So it has been uploaded. So I can directly go to this tab where I can see this content, right? So I can just reload this file. So as you can see, this is the start and this is the end of this comment. So whatever is remaining has to be the contents of the secret file. So you can directly copy this and submit it over here, and that should solve the lab. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.